I'm Kamara. I'm a rising senior at the University of Michigan-Dearborn. My major is Health and Human Services with a concentration in public health, and I have been a mental health and wellness peer mentor for 9 months now.
My name is Grace Tate. I'm majoring in Health and Human Services with a concentration in public health as well. And I've been a part of the peer mentor program for just a few months. Is it going on a half a year? Maybe. I don't know.
And to begin, we want to start with the icebreaker. So what is one of your summer goals? Just insert it below in the chat box. Also, only me and Grace will see what you submit in the chat box. It won't be submitted to any of the other attendees during this webinar.
And then if always, if you can't hear us, let us know.
What is one of your goals, Grace?
I didn't know I was muted. One of my goals is I'm starting an internship, so probably completing my internship and yeah, just trying to make the most out of the summer.
Yeah.
What about you?
I started this gratitude book, and it's like 28 days of gratitude exercises. So I think that's one of my goals, is to complete that. Stay consistent with it.
Was that before or after we did the gratitude workshop?
Oh, I just started it on Monday.
Was it because we did the gratitude workshop?
My mom is like, you need to do this.
Oh. I love that.
So we're going to get into the PowerPoint and our origami. So today we're going to be doing origami. Just a little quick history about origami. It was originated from Japanese monks carrying paper over from China to Japan. They actually used to use it as like a religious practice that was only for use for the higher ups in the society. The name Oru means to fold, and gami means paper. We chose to do origami today because it's a great way to practice mindfulness, and it provides you with a sense of accomplishment.
So today we're making a butterfly, a little box, would you call it? A box. And a boat. If these look a little too hard, don't stress. It's all supposed to be fun. Yeah.
Yes, so to begin, please grab about 3 sheets of paper. It's also easier to fold on a hard surface. Grab some scissors and have a positive attitude. If you feel you may need extra paper, please feel free to grab more than 3 sheets of paper. Also, I have colored paper if you want to be fun with your origami. And we're just going to give you a few minutes to go ahead and grab your materials, and then you guys can let us know in the chat box when you're ready to start folding.
Oh, I just noticed that my messages were only going to panelists, so I'll resend some messages.
I'm not sure if I can see the chat box.
Okay, now it should be going to your chat box. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous to do this.
We're all gonna get through this. I promise.
You're a good teacher. Oh, never mind.
So in addition to showing you guys on the webcam, I'm also going to be playing a YouTube video that demonstrates it just in case um, it helps you more to see it. Also, if I'm going too fast with a certain fold or if you're confused about a certain fold, please let us know in the chat box and we'll do our best to help you and rewind the YouTube video or anything that you need. I feel like I'm not looking into the camera. I can't hear you. You're muted.
You are.
Oh, okay. So without further ado, we're going to start with our boat. That's this little blue thing right here. So for this practice, I know last time we had origami, I made us like cut the paper. For the boat, we do not have to cut the paper to get a complete square. You're literally just gonna fold a regular paper, whatever size this is, and fold a hamburger. So now you have a hamburger.
Oh, also for going too fast, let us know. I'll put that in the chat box.
So now you're gonna take your hamburger and fold it in half again. So make sure your sides are lining up and make sure that you're creasing, putting a lot of pressure down when you crease. The creases are gonna help you. So all I did was make my hamburger another half hamburger. So now you're gonna open the half hamburger that you just made, and you're going to take the top of it and bring it down to that middle crease that you just. So it's gonna make like an arrow shape. So as you can see, I just took the top of it and I folded it down. Do the same thing to the other side. And you have a little arrow. And I'm just showing the video to demonstrate the next steps. So next, you should have two separate bottom pieces right here. You're gonna fold one bottom piece up along the end of your triangle and crease it. Then flip it over and fold the other piece up. Kind of similar to how when I was in elementary, I used to make hats this way. So actually, if you wanted, you could turn this into a hat right now. It's not gonna fit, but you can turn this into a hat. For this next step, he's taking this end and tucking it behind the triangle like this and creasing it along it. He's doing the same thing with this end. You're gonna crease it.
Like that?
You're gonna wrap it around the triangle. Let me see your back. So take one of those flaps and wrap it around the triangle. Don't wrap both at the same time.
Okay.
Let me rewind the video. Video might show it better. You're fine. So here's let me rewind even more. Here's him doing what I just can't explain well. So he's taking them. You see what he just did?
Yeah.
And then you do the same thing. So he's gonna do the same thing to the other side, but he's gonna wrap it the opposite way.
Mm.
So you should have a full triangle now. It shouldn't be any parts sticking out. Perfect. So now what he's doing is grabbing the bottom.
Okay.
So I have my fingers in the hole in the bottom, and I'm just going to push them together. Yep. And then you're just going to smooth out this little diamond shape. Just smoothing out the sides.
Okay. Not looking bad so far.
I'm sure you're good. Yes, ma'am. So next what you're going to do is, you notice at one end you can't go in, and then the other end it's open. So with the open end, you're going to take this one side and you're going to fold it up to make a triangle. So all I did was grab one end and fold it up to reach the top of that triangle.
Wait, so do you take those open? Do you fold both?
Yeah, I was just doing one at a time. But yeah, you can do both if you want it. And then, like Grace just said, you're just going to flip it over and do it to the other side as well. So taking it to reach that top triangle. That's perfect. Yep. Let me just demonstrate it. Show the video again just in case anyone is. Taking one flap and pushing it up to make a smaller triangle. And then the same thing to the other side. So now you're going to do the same thing that we just did. So put your fingers in the bottom and push your fingers together. So take your triangle, put your fingers in the part that opens, and push them together. Yep. And then once again, you have a little diamond shape that you're gonna crease the sides again. So crease along the side. If we're moving too fast, if you're stuck on a part, please let us know in the chat box. So the final step to the boat is you take this top. So you're gonna take the top. Yeah, you can move that out. And then take the other top piece. And you're literally gonna pull them. So let me just demonstrate. I'm sorry, let me show the video. So he grabs the top.
Okay, so
Pulls it out and then grabs his pieces. Yep, you got it. And then if it's bothering you, you can crease along the bottom. You have your boat. And we have completed one of the 3 items we'll be making.
Oh yeah, we're good.
I am so proud of everyone. Did you get it?
Yeah. Oh, I folded it back up.
Oh, you're... Wait, why'd you fold it back up?
I'm ready for this butterfly.
Okay. So to begin with the butterfly, we're going to need another sheet of paper. You're going to take whichever corner, it can be the right or the left side, and bring it down. Pull it down till this side lines up. So it'll be like a diagonal.
I think this is the part. I mean, it's easy, but at the same time, like I feel like this is the part where if I don't do it right, it messes up the whole origami.
Just try to make sure when you're pulling it down, make sure that this is aligning this side of the triangle. And then crease, when you begin creasing from the top corner, will make it a lot straighter. So I'm going to begin. So it'll look like this. And you want to make sure that this side is not overlapping this side. Like they need to just look the same. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this bottom piece and fold it up against that triangle. Just to present you with a crease. So literally fold it up and then crease it. And then take your scissors, or if you're good at ripping paper, you can rip paper with your hands. And you're going to cut along that rectangular crease that you just made. So now you have a complete triangle and you have this flat. You can throw away this little flap of rectangular, whatever it is, paper. And now we're going to get into our butterfly. So open the paper back up and make another diagonal. So bring the corner down. You can make an X crease with your paper. Once again, make sure that these corners are aligned. So now when you open your paper, you should have a fat X. And then we're going to fold hot dog and hamburger style. So dog is just, oops, the camera. Our dog is just this way, and then hamburger is just. And when you complete these two folds, you should have an X and a plus sign, basically. That's what I describe it as in your paper creases. So now you can see I have my plus sign and I have my X that we already made. Now I'm going to get into the YouTube video. He explains some parts a lot better than I can. Sorry, give me a minute. I'm trying to get on the part that we're on. So now we have what he has. As you can see, he actually drew out the lines. So we have the X on the screen and we have the plus sign. So he's demonstrating what we're going to do next. What he's doing is taking each corner piece and bringing it to that center point. And you're going to do this on all four sides. So there's four corners, and you're just going to meet them to the middle. So after you complete your folds, it should look like this. And next, we're going to open everything back up. So now, in addition to your X and plus sign, you'll have like a diamond shape. So he's demonstrating next. What we're going to do is make a half hamburger, basically, is how I describe it as. He's doing the same thing to the other side. So you're taking half of the paper and reaching into that middle crease right here. And then I'm just going to crease it. Other side. And I'm just going to crease that as well. And you'll be left with something that looks like this. You once again, you still have your diamond shape in the middle, as you can see. Diamond on each half. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to, so you see this middle crease that you have right here? You're going to do half hamburger. So you're going to take this top half and reach it to that middle crease. And then do the same along the bottom half. Take half of it and reach it to the middle crease to make like a half hamburger. I'm also going to show the video just because seeing him may help see what I just did better. So here's how I'm doing it on the video. So yep, taking half your paper, making a half hamburger. So the next part, I'm gonna actually play the YouTube video out because he explains it in a wonderful way. Let me know if you can hear this audio or not.
And with your right hand, you want to grab the small white layer of paper from behind on the
Can you hear it?
It's really echoey. Kind of, but
right side of the model. So we're simply going to grab that small white layer, and we're going to carefully pull it over to the right as far as it'll go, so that it doesn't move. Two separate white layers of paper, just like this. And once it's completely aligned with that horizontal edge, then you can make your crease. And your model should look like this. And now we're going to slightly lift up on that bottom layer of paper that we just folded up. And from here, I want you to notice these two separate white layers of paper underneath this colored layer here. So what we're going to do now is with your left hand, you want to hold down on the center of the model so that it doesn't move. And with your right hand, you want to grab this small white layer of paper from behind on the right side of the model. So we're simply going to grab that small white layer, and we're going to carefully pull it over to the right as far as it'll go. You'll see it reaches a point where it doesn't want to go any further, and that's when you want to flatten out the model, and you'll see it will recollapse along existing creases. And it should make a shape like this. And once you've done that on the right side, then we want to do the same exact thing on the left. So again, we're going to slightly lift up this bottom layer of paper, and with your right hand, you want to hold down on the center of the model, and with your left hand, you want to grab this small white layer of paper from behind. So we're simply going to grab that layer, and we're going to carefully pull it over to the left as far as it goes. You'll see it reaches this point where it doesn't want to go any further, and that's when you want to flatten out the model and recollapse along existing creases. Now,
So like he said, make sure you're holding this top piece down because it'll keep your origami piece from opening fully off. Again, all you're doing is you have this bottom piece open, you're going to hold this top piece down. You have two flaps right here. You're going to pull this flap out, make a little triangle. And then you're going to do the same with the other flap. Yep. To make another triangle. And now he's going to do the same thing on this flap side. So it might be easier to flip it over. And I'm just going to show the video again. Because I feel like
then we're going to rotate the model 180 degrees, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So once again, we're going to lift up that bottom layer of paper, just like we did before, and we're going to start with our left hand on the center of the model, and with our right hand, we want to grab this small white layer of paper from the right side of the model. So we're just going to pull that layer over to the right as far as it'll go, then we can flatten out the model, and it will recollapse along existing creases. And then we want to do the same thing one last time on the left. So we're going to slightly lift up this bottom layer of paper, then with your right hand, you want to hold down the center of the model, and with your left hand, you want to grab that small white layer from behind. Then we're simply going to pull that over to the left as far as it'll go, and once it reaches a point where it doesn't want to go any further, then you can simply flatten out the model along existing creases. And once you've done that 4 times, your model should look like this. And then we're going to turn the model over. And now we're going to fold the entire model in half along this existing horizontal crease. So we're simply going to fold down this top.
So when you should have this with this little like opening part, flip it over. And then like he said, you're just gonna fold it hamburger style again. So I'm trying to demonstrate. Fold it like that. Take this and fold it that way. Yep. So kind of look like your little boat that we made earlier. But now I'm gonna show the video in case I didn't make
Top edge and align it with this bottom edge. So simply fold the model in half, just like this. And now we're going to lift up the top layer of paper on the right side of the model. So we're just going to lift up this flap here. And what we want to do is fold it down along this existing crease here. So we're going to do that by simply folding it down as far as it'll go. And you'll see the paper will recollapse along existing creases. So simply reinforce this top layer of paper on the right side.
So now after this, as you can see in the center, you have this triangle part. And you have 2 separate flaps on each corner of your model. So with this triangle part, you're going to take that flap and fold it against half of that triangle. So let me show the video.
side of the model. So we're just going to lift up this flap here. And what we want to do is fold it down along this existing crease here. So we're going to do that by simply folding it down as far as it'll go. And you'll see the paper will recollapse along existing creases. So simply reinforce those creases. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left. So we're going to lift up the very top layer of paper, and we're going to fold it down along this existing crease here. So we're simply going to fold that flap down as far as it'll go. You'll see it will recollapse along existing creases. Then you can just flatten out the model, and your model should look like this. And now we're going to give...
Are we good, or we're... Oh, okay. Oh, okay, perfect.
the butterfly some shape. So we're going to do that by narrowing the wings on the left and right sides of the model. So let's start with this right side here. And what we're going to do is lift up on this top layer of paper, and we're going to fold in the corner just slightly. Now there's no exact reference point for this. The idea is just to give the butterfly's wings some shape. So once you have something like this, then you can make your crease. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So again, we're going to lift up the top layer of paper, and we're just going to fold in this corner slightly. I like to try to make it symmetrical with the other side. So you may have to slightly adjust it, just like this. And once both sides are fairly symmetrical, then you can make your crease. And now we're going to fold the...
Okay. So you're literally going to take this and fold it to whatever angle you want. It's your butterfly basically at this point. It's your shape. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. So like mine are not symmetrical. I took these, I made some little flaps. And this is what my butterfly looks like.
The entire model in half along an existing vertical crease here. So we're essentially folding this top right corner over to this top left corner. So we're carefully going to fold all of the layers over to the left, just like this, along that existing vertical crease. And now we're going to make a new crease like this one that I've marked here. So I find...
So the next step when you make your little angles, you're just going to, once again, like you just said, fix that corner and reach that corner. The next step, we don't have that crease at the top right that you see in the video. So if you wanted to draw along that crease, you could, or even if you wanted to make that crease, all you're simply doing is angling it down this way. So all I did was fold it left of me to get a little crease at the top. I'm not sure if that's visible, but if not, you can draw a little angle like he did right now if you want.
Does it matter which side, like this?
It has to be the side with the square.
Oh, okay, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The easiest to do this.
So now he's going to show you after you have that crease, whether you've drawn it out or you folded it like I did. He's about to show you what to do after that.
By using your right hand to hold down the top right corner of the model. And from here, you want to lift up the top set of layers on the left side of the model, and you're simply going to fold them over to the right like this. And you'll see that you're folding it up at an angle. So you can slightly rotate the model. And again, there's no exact reference point for this, so you can adjust the crease any way that you...
So when you fold it in half, what he wants you to do is you open it up along that crease. So the back of your model is going to look like this. It's going to have like a crease behind it. And then the front of your model is going to look not asymmetrical. But that's intentional. So, yeah, perfect. Next.
you'd like. Then you can make your crease in the center of the model, just like this. Crease sharply because you're folding through a lot of layers. Then we're going to turn the model over. And you'll see that it's not exactly symmetrical. So we simply need to fold the entire model in half. And I find it easiest to do this by folding this top right corner over to this top left corner. So we're just going to fold over the right side of the model, just like this, until both of those corners are aligned. If you've done this correctly.
So what he's doing is he's flipping over to where you have your fold at, your crease at, and he's reaching this corner with this corner. So once again, you're folding it up again. So basically what you're doing is you're taking this flap that you already made and you're folding over it again. then next what you're gonna do is open up your butterfly. And there you have it. You made him a little bit of a whatever this is called, the body.
I can't believe I actually did
All
that.
of the layers on the left side of the model should align as well.
Yeah. Look at you.
Wow. Oh, it's the other way. No?
What do you mean it's the other way?
Because he flipped his and that was the opening of the butterfly.
Oh, I don't think the side matters.
Mm.
I do either or. I like either. So our next origami exercise is the box. Once again, for this one, like we did similar to the last one, we're going to need to make our paper a perfect square. So take this corner until it reaches the paper. I'm trying to describe this in a good way. Basically, fold this paper down to these sides meet up. And then crease it along this angle to make a diagonal. And then after you have the diagonal, once again, fold the leftover over just to form a little crease. And then you're going to take that crease and you're going to cut off the excess. Okay, so after you have your triangle, once again, we're going to fold along another diagonal and we're going to make an X. So take this and fold it to make another. And then when you open it up, you should have an X. Once again, we're going to make hamburger hot dog. So go ahead and make hamburger. Fold it over to make a hot dog. So now once again, you're going to have your X and your plus. And now I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. This video goes really fast, so I'm going to be the person showing it the majority of the time. She's literally doing what I just showed you guys. Okay, so this is our next step, which is what we did last time. So let me rewind it. You're taking these corners and leaving them extra bit. Ooh, she goes fast.
It's only a minute and 28-second video.
I know.
And
So she's just taking the corner and meeting at the midpoint.
they're chocolate chip cookies?
Hmm?
I said, what print is she using? Chocolate chip cookies?
I have no idea. Yeah, literally taking it, folding it to that corner, doing it on all 4 sides. Make sure you're creasing your paper. It's going to make it a lot easier in the long run. And then you'll be left with something that looks like this. So your next step is you're basically gonna do the half hamburger again. So you see how you have this crease along the side, along the middle. You're gonna take your top half of your paper and reach it to that crease, like that. I just took my top half and I folded it down to that middle crease. And then you're gonna do the same thing with this half. You have that crease right there. I'm trying to show it. And all I'm doing is literally folding it in half as a half hamburger. And like I said, if we're going too fast, please let us know in the chat box. Once again, you'll be left with something that looks like this. And like the video. So for the next step, you're going to, it's going to be easier to flip this back vertical. Open your flaps, and you'll see that these are up.
Okay.
And now what you're going to do with those is literally hold them out like this. And you'll be left with something else like that. Yep. Perfect. So you have like 2 diamonds and a triangle. Okay. So for the next step, she's showing it right now, but you're going to do half hamburger again. So let me just backspace to show you guys what she's doing right now. So there is a crease in the middle right here, and what you're going to do is take your top half and reach that crease. I just took my top half and fold it down that crease. Yep, and then you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Left something that looks like this. So, I'll show the video in a second. This is the toughest part. So as you can see right here, you have a triangle, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna take this diamond piece and fold it along that triangle, like that. So all I did was take it and I pull it along the triangle. So there's the angle that you want to pull it, corner, and pull it down.
Okay.
So let me show you from this side. All I do is pull it down. Take this corner and then crease along that diagonal. and then open it back up. So let me show you how she does it. She kind of has like imaginary lines drawn on in this video. So let me show this again. She does it so fast. So that's the triangle that I was talking about, those little white dotted lines. And as you can see right here, she takes the end, pulls it. So when you open it back up, at the bottom part, you'll see a triangle too. You're going to take this and pull it up and fold it along like that. So there is a triangle part right here. You're going to take this end and fold it up and then crease that side. And then open it back up. You're just trying to basically emphasize those creases more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then you can open that side back up. And then we're going to do the same thing to this side. So once again, there's a little triangle piece. Take this and tuck it along. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to emphasize this crease. And then doing the same thing at the bottom, pulling it up and doing that. Oops. And now I'm going to show the video. She shows it so fast, but we're going to show it. Here's her doing it to the other side. Actually, I can slow-mo this, can't I? Yep. So now you should still have this. You just basically emphasize the creases. So this is what I find easiest. So you see these little flat parts?
Yeah.
Finger right where these two triangles meet. Your index finger and your middle finger. Then your index finger and your middle finger where these two triangles meet.
Oh, then push up.
You see how it's kind of like a mouth? Yeah. So now what you're going to do is try to push those up. So it's kind of like a mouth, like a talking mouth. So push it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then let me show it from this angle. So all I'm doing is literally pushing my mouthpiece out. That was probably a bad angle. Like a talking mouth. So what you're going to do next, flip it upside down and begin. You see where this crease is at? So begin by pinching along right here. So you're going to pinch. Basically, you want these flaps to be completely upside down, hanging like this to make your box shape. And I'm pinching my sides. And where I know, so when you have your mouthpiece, this is how I know how to fold my my diamond pieces. On the back of your model, there's a line right here. That line is where you want the side of your box to begin at. So that's your reference line. When I have the back. When you have the mouthpiece and you push it up, you want to emphasize these lines. I'm going to actually show her doing it. This is her doing it. So that's her doing it. Ooh. And then, like I said, to make it easier, I just creased along each side. I literally just pinched to get my the sides of my boxes sharp. So after that, you'll be left with this. And you're gonna take this and let me show the video first. So yeah, let me replay that. Just Grace, you already have it.
Girl, it's not right though. That's why I'm hiding it from afar. So like, it's all about angles.
Once again, you're gonna take these flaps and basically wrap them inside the box. Take this flap and wrap it in. And you have your box.
Yay!
And here's just her doing it again. Inside your box, you should have these little four triangle thingies. And then if you wanted a lid, you could actually redo this with a bigger sheet of paper, and then you literally make it the same way, and you can just put it over.
Perfect. Thank you for being a great teacher.
No. So I hope you had fun learning some origami. Tomorrow at 12:30 we have yoga. Just a quick 30-minute practice.
It's beginner's yoga, so
Yeah.
I'm intimidated.
And then thank you once again for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed folding origami, making your little boats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah. Stay safe, you guys. See. Oh, I thought I ended it.